All right, so here's the deal. I meant to drop this video 7 or 8 months ago. It didn't happen because I borked the video. I thought I lost the file. Anyways, I ended up finding it, so that's why you'll see some timestamps from April. This is an old video, but I'm re-editing it and uploading it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. What up, what up? The day has finally come. We're gonna do a Radarr tutorial today. I would like to start with a disclaimer. Any illegal activity or anything you do with this application, I will not be held responsible for. This video is purely for educational purposes. So let's get right into it. First things first, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna head over to users here. And we're gonna create a new user. If you don't already have a user, all right, this is your fair warning. If you have created a user and you have already logged into your server and accessed a share with that user's credentials, do not create another user here. Just follow along with the video and use your normal credentials. Otherwise, you'll be spinning in circles trying to figure it out like I did later on here. So just take my word for it. Do not create another user. I have one here, but I'm going to create one just so I can show you guys. So we're going to go YouTube as the name, password, YouTube, whatever. This will get deleted anyways, and then we'll click add. All right, now we've got our new YouTube user. So then next what we're going to want to do is head over to shares. We're going to add a share, then we're going to add our media share, and this is where we'll put everything that Radarr will be scanning and adding and indexing, as well as where Radarr will have download clients download files into. So this is going to be our main root directory. So media, we'll leave everything the same. Add share, export yes, and then we'll do security, secure. We'll click apply. All right, so now that we've got that done, we're going to head over to our file explorer. We're going to right click this PC, map network drive, and then you'll choose your letter you'd like to use. So for me, I'll use M. We're going to do backslash, backslash, and then the local IP of your server or the domain name, backslash, and then the share name. So mine is media. Connect using different credentials. That's just because I have connected to this server with a different account. This is where we'll type in the credentials we just created. All right, so now we're signed into our newly created media share. So this is where you can create subdirectories. So for me, I'm going to create a Radarr directory. This is where Radarr will store all of its files, pull all of its files from. All right, so now that we've created a Radarr folder, we're going to leave that sit for a little bit. We're going to head over to apps on the left side here. We'll type in Radarr. And then, like I said, I've said before, you can choose your flavor you like. I personally like containers containerized by BinHex. So that's the one I'm going to install. All right, so once we get in here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the port the same. Data folder. I have messed this up I don't know how many times. This needs to be where your NZB get or download client is placing your downloads. That's where this needs to be. Maybe I think it's improperly named and it goes over my head every time, but for me, I think it should be named something else. Anyways, so instead of app data, we're going to go to wherever your downloads go. So I'm going to go to NZB downloads, and then we'll leave that there like that. Media. Now this one's kind of a given. We're going to choose our media folder, and then we're going to choose our Radarr folder. UMask and PUID and PGID you can leave the same. Then we're going to hit apply to install it. All right, now that that's installed, we'll hit done. Head back over to our Docker tab. And there you are. Congratulations, it's installed. See you next time. Just kidding. All right, now that we've got Radarr installed here, we're going to open it up. Go to our web UI. All right, so once we're in Radarr, it is going to ask you to set up a password and a username authentication method. For me right now, just since we're doing a YouTube tutorial, I'm just going to do generic login, but I would recommend having a stronger login. For me, we'll do basic browser pop-up, authentication required, disabled. Username, we'll just do something like whatever, root, YouTube, and YouTube. We'll click save. All right, so this is the landing page you should be on. And then you'll probably have some errors over here on the side. So we'll go to system just to read what these errors are. So we have no indexers. We have no download client. And then no indexers again. So what we're going to do is go to settings. We'll click download clients. And then this is where you'll add your NZB get instance. So we'll click NZB get. We'll type in the host IP of it. And then we'll keep the port the same unless you have your NZB get hosted on a different port. NZB get credentials will leave the same unless you change yours other than the default credentials. Category. This will be the category that you created in your NZB get instance for your tag or the category that it's going to add. So for me, I know that I have a Radarr category. So Radarr is going to then look for any that are in that Radarr category. Recent priority will set to normal, older priority normal. Then we'll click test. For some reason, every single time I record this tutorial, something happens. Well, on this try, which is the third by the way, I forgot to show you how to add indexers. I just started adding my indexers. So you'll want to head to the settings section and then click indexers, hit the plus icon, and then choose your indexer from there. If you're using something like Drunken Slug or NCB Geek, that'll be under the News Nab dropdown. And then from there, it'll prompt you for things like your username and your API key and a title and such. And that can all be found on your indexer site. You'll be off to the races once you fill out that info. Once you have your indexers in there, then we're going to head to Media Management, add a root folder. We're going to look for our media folder here. Then we'll click OK. And this is where you're going to want to make sure you have some sort of media in your media folder, in your Radarr folder. So then Radarr can index it. So we're going to go to media. It's going to look for the media you have. Look for a matching movie. And then you'll want to import it. So if you have a crap ton of media, it's going to take a long time for you to import. All right, everything's been imported. So we're going to head to systems. All right, so we're getting an error here. If you get this error, that means you did not set up your mapping to your NZB get correctly. Mine just disappeared because I just spent 15 minutes fixing it because I am on a secondary server and my NZB get instance is on my primary server. So anyways, I got that all fixed. This is what your system status should look like if your data folder is pointing in the correct location. All right, so now we've got that. You can head into movies and then you can see your movies here. I think that's about all I've got for you today. That's setting up Radarr. Now that you've got it installed, have some fun. I'll see you next time.